Hey there traders, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a game changer for you. We're about to take your trading skills to the next level with a simple and easy to follow tutorial on TradingView. Whether you're into Forex, stocks, or cryptocurrencies, TradingView is the ultimate platform for market and technical analysis. It's your secret weapon in the world of trading. But here's the best part. We've designed this tutorial to cater to all levels of experience. TradingView is a vast platform with countless features, and it can be overwhelming. But in this video, we're cutting through the noise. We'll be focusing on the most common and useful features, especially tailored for beginners. But wait, there's more. I've included timestamps down below, so if you're looking for something specific, you can jump right to it. However, I strongly recommend sticking around until the end because that's where the magic happens. I'm going to show you how to use custom indicators on your TradingView setup to start pulling profits from the market. And don't forget to explore the video description below. I've included links to various strategies for Forex, information about our trading group, and other valuable resources to supercharge your trading journey. So, if all of this sounds like what you've been searching for, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new here and you're into day trading and investing. Without further ado, let's set up your gold standard TradingView charting platform. But here's the deal. If you ever have questions or need assistance along the way, don't hesitate to drop a comment below. Our team is here to support you. Now let's dive into creating your TradingView masterpiece. If you're new to using TradingView, here's how to get started. When you first visit the website, it'll look something like this. To create an account, whether it's a paid or free one, just click on the Get Started button. You'll see different plans like Pro, Pro Plus, and Premium, but if you're new to TradingView, you don't need to pay for a membership right away. We'll talk about the benefits of paid plans later. If you want to use the free version, simply click on Try Free Basic. Then, you'll need to pick a way to sign up, create a username, provide a valid email, set a password, check all the required boxes, and click Create Account. After that, check your email for a verification link. Once you verify your email, you can log in with your new account. When you log in, you'll land on this page. Go to Products and choose Charts. When you first open a chart, it'll look like this by default. To make it more personalized, you can adjust the settings. For instance, I prefer a darker background because looking at a bright white chart all day can strain the eyes. But you can choose your own theme. Right-click on the chart and go to Settings, or click the Settings tab in the top right corner. Here, you can change various colors for candlesticks, wicks, borders, and more. Let's start with the appearance. You can decide if you want a solid background or a gradient. I like a dark background. The vertical grid lines are these lines you see in the background. If you don't like them, you can make them the same color as the background. In my case, I'm making them black. But if you prefer a white background and don't want those lines, simply keep them white or match the color with your background. They'll disappear. You can also adjust the crosshair and toggle the watermark, which shows the asset name and time frame. I prefer to keep the watermark off, but you can turn it on or off whenever you like. Most of the other options at the bottom I don't usually mess with. However, if you want to get creative, you can go to Symbols and customize the candlestick colors. Remember, green candles represent price going up and red candles represent price going down. So choose your colors accordingly for a personalized touch. You can do the same for borders and wicks. Alright, so again, this is something you can play with on your own. But for now, I'm just going to keep it at its default settings. Now, if we come here to trading, you can see that we have the buy and sell buttons checked off. That is in reference to these two buttons that we see here. When it comes to using TradingView, you can actually place trades within the platform if you have an account with one of their partner brokers, or if you're paper trading, which is something that we're going to cover in a separate video. But for now, if you're using a separate broker outside of the TradingView platform, you really don't need these. So you can actually deselect the buy and sell button and remove those from the top left-hand corner of your screen. So again, we have the dark theme for our chart. But if we wanted to actually change the entire theme of our TradingView platform, we could come here to the top left-hand side of our account name and we can select or deselect the dark mode, click yes, and it will change the entire TradingView platform to a dark screen. So again, this is more of a style and preference that I prefer when it comes to darker themes when I'm looking at charts, just for the fact that it's easier on the eyes when you're looking at charts for a long period of time. Now, it seems that after changing to the dark mode, it has also changed the changes to the chart that I had made. So this is something that I've kind of forgotten about because I haven't really made any changes to themes or to my charts for a few years. So just keep that in mind, guys, that if you do make any changes to the dark mode, but you also want to make changes to the chart itself, make sure that you make the change to the dark mode first and then come to the settings to make any changes to your candlesticks or the chart appearance itself. Next, we're going to focus on the elements here on the top left-hand side menu. This is where you'll be accessing a lot of the various features within your chart. So if you wanted to change this to a different currency pair, indice, or crypto, you can do that by clicking this box here. So let's say you want to look at the chart for the Bitcoin US dollar, right? You can do that, just simply type that in here, whatever asset you want, and it's going to provide you with a variety of options of where you want to receive the data for BTC USD. Now, generally speaking, all of the data is pretty much the same. So BTC USD from Binance is going to be the same as your BTC USD from, let's say, a Coinbase. Okay, as you can see, pretty much the same data overall. Now again, guys, there's really not much of a difference between the two. So again, this is BTC USD through Binance. So again, to change the asset, just type in whatever you want here. So if you want to look at EUR USD, select the option that you want, and it'll change the chart accordingly. And if you want to look at cryptos like Ethereum, you can do that as well. And you can select the data, whatever you want, from Bitmap, Coinbase, Bybit, Binance, and so on. So again, whatever you click on is going to automatically allocate to your chart. Next to that, you're going to see a plus symbol, and this will allow you to compare any asset that is currently on your chart against any other assets that you choose. So let's say, for instance, we're looking at Euro USD, and let's say that we want to compare the price action or the movement of the Euro USD to, let's say, USD JPY. Okay, so again, I would just simply click on this plus symbol. I'm going to type in USD JPY, select the asset. And what this is going to do now is provide us a line chart for the USD JPY, or whatever asset that we have selected to be compared against whatever asset was already currently on our screen. This isn't really a function that I use frequently, but it is an option that is available if you ever want to compare two assets together. And this can also be beneficial if you are trying to analyze what assets correlate and anti-correlate with each other. Next, we have the time frame. So when you click on this, it's going to give you a drop-down menu where you can select a wide variety of different time frames. Now, when you are on the free version of TradingView, you're actually not able to access the seconds time frame. But for the most part, you don't really need a second time frame. You can do the 1 minute, the 1 minute and above is available for the free version and all paid versions as well. So whatever you select, right? We selected a 5-minute time frame, which means that every candlestick we see here is a 5-minute time period, a price data for whatever asset you're looking at. Okay, so we can come here to 1 hour, 2 hours again. It's just simply showing you candlesticks in that time period. So if we selected a day chart, every candlestick you see here represents a daily time period of price data. Now, to make this easier for you, and I'll use myself as an example, I personally use the daily, the 4-hour, and other time frames a majority of the times when I'm conducting my analysis. So instead of having to go through this menu every single time to change it, what you can do is actually add them to your favorites by hovering over and clicking on the star. So I'm going to click on the star for the daily. I'm going to click on the star for the 4-hour, the 1 hour. You can do this for whatever time frames that you prefer to analyze with, or whatever time frames you use the most. And whatever you star is actually going to be added as a quick access here on the top menu. So instead of having to go through this entire menu every single time, it's going to be right there available for you for quick access. So you can do that very quickly here just by clicking on whatever are your favorites. Next, we have the candlestick menu. So basically, this will allow you to change how you want to perceive the data provided on the chart. Now by default is going to give you the traditional Japanese candlesticks, which are the cables right here. Again, you can star whatever you want as your favorite. For the most part, everyone is going to be using candlesticks, but this is where you can also access the bars. You can also change the chart to a line chart if you want. And this is actually ideal when you are conducting multi-time frame analysis starting from a higher time frame. And this is where you can also access Heikkei Ashi candlesticks, which are used in a wide variety of different strategies as well. But for the most part, chances are you're going to just be using traditional Japanese candlesticks. Now let's dive into the world of trading indicators. It's as simple as a few clicks. Just head over to the Indicators tab here. Upon clicking, you'll be greeted with a comprehensive menu that unlocks a treasure trove of indicators offered by the TradingView platform. For example, if you're using the Relative Strength Index, commonly known as RSI, all you need to do is type RSI or spell out Relative Strength Index, and there it is, right at your fingertips. What's more, you won't just find the primary indicator, but also various custom variations created by fellow developers. If you want to stick with the classic RSI, just give it a click, and it'll seamlessly integrate into your chart. Now, suppose you like adding stochastics to your chart. Return to the Indicators tab, enter Stochastics, select it, and watch it work its magic on your chart. And just for the sake of this example, let's add in a moving average. Again, click on Indicators, type Moving Average. Here's the kicker. Moving averages come in different forms. There's the standard simple moving average, the exponential, the ribbon, and a cornucopia of other developer-provided options. If you're after the classic simple moving average, just tap it, and voila, it's the new blue line on your chart. But wait, there's more. You're not stuck with default settings. You can fine-tune any indicator to suit your preferences. Whether it's RSI, stochastics, or any indicator residing at the chart's lower end, click the little gear icon to enter the settings zone. Here, you can tweak inputs, styles, colors, and visibility settings. Say you desire the 200-period moving average. By default, the moving average is set to a 9-period. But no worries, you can adjust that effortlessly. Hover and click on the gear icon, or simply right-click the moving average on your chart. Either way, it's the same result. Head to length and enter 200 inches for that 200 moving average. Hit OK, and it updates in an instant. Here's a nifty trick. Double-clicking on the chart hides those lower indicators like RSI and stochastics. Double-click again, and they're back in action. If you want them gone for good, hover to the right and click the X. For the moving average, right-click and choose Remove or use the X icon. And now, a pro tip for indicator enthusiasts. If you have a few favorite indicators that you use regularly, there's a way to save yourself from typing them in every time. You can create a favorites list. Let's say you adore the RSI. Just search for it, click the star icon, and it's now a part of your favorites. The same goes for an exponential moving average, Bollinger Bands, stochastics, or any indicator that tickles your fancy. These starred indicators form your personal Hall of Fame, making them easily accessible whenever you need them. No more searching every time, they're all neatly organized in your favorites list. Speaking of indicators, the bars you see here are known as the volume indicator, and it's added by default. Removing it is a cinch. Either right-click or head to the top left corner and click the X. If you want it back, simply navigate to the Indicators tab, type Volume, and voila, it's back in business. Now, this four-square icon is actually one of my favorite features because this allows you to save different templates if you're using or backtesting various strategies. So just to give you an example, let's say we like to use a strategy that involves using Bollinger Bands and stochastics. And let's say that we like to use this strategy on a 1-minute time frame for whatever asset we're looking at. We can actually save any indicators and whatever settings we have applied to these indicators into a template. So this is a common strategy that we like to use on a frequent basis, or just for backtesting. We can save this template by clicking on this icon and click where it says Save Indicator Template. Now you can give this whatever name you want. So let's call it Bollinger and Stochastic Strategy. And you can select whether you want it to remember the symbol, meaning whatever currency pair or asset we're trading. And you can also click to remember the interval, which is the time frame. Click Save. So if we were to not have these indicators on our chart, we were doing something else. We were working on different strategies or working on different types of analysis that didn't require those indicators. But now we're ready to use that strategy. Again, we can come back here to our templates, find our template saved here, click on it, and it will automatically apply the indicators saved on that template, rather than having to manually re-add and adjust the indicators and settings for that strategy. And the cool thing about this too, you can save numerous templates with different indicators for each one. So again, this is just a helpful way to give you quick access and of course save you a lot of time. Now, alerts is another useful feature that you can use. Basically, it allows you to tell a TradingView to alert you whenever the price reaches either a certain level or price in the market. So just to give you an example, let's say we are waiting for Euro USD price to come up into this level before we enter for a sell trade position. What we can do, click on the Alert tab and set an alert. The condition here is for the Euro USD, and because that's the asset that we have here on our chart. Now, if we're looking to enter for a sell, if price reaches this level of 1.06057, we can type that in here. In most cases, we said for only once, you could set for an expiration time or just keep it as an open-ended alert. You can give it a name for the alert and give it a message if you choose to as well. When you click on Create, as you can see, we now have the alert level set here on our chart. So again, once price reaches this level, or any level that we have set for the alert TradingView, will send us a notification that price has reached the point of interest. To remove any alerts, hover over it, right-click it, and you can either adjust the settings or remove it altogether. Now, the replay feature is only available in the paid versions. And basically what this will allow you to do is select any area of the market. This is actually a very useful tool when it comes to backtesting and seeing how price action transpires in the live market condition. We've done this before in many of our videos, but again, it's only available for the paid versions. And then we have the undo or redo buttons here in case if you made any mistakes on your chart. So let's say, for instance, we drew this line here, but it was inaccurate or didn't look right. We could just simply click on this little undo button here, and it will just remove it from the screen. Over here to the right, we have the selected layout. So by default, we can see that we had this layout here where it shows us one chart. But if we wanted to add multiple charts onto our screen, what we could do is select a two-way vertical chart split or a two-way horizontal split. Or you can split your chart up to 8 different windows in different designs and different patterns. But this feature is only available again. For paid versions, it's not available for the basic plan. Now, this little side menu here on the right-hand side is referred to as the watch list, which also provides you with additional information and data related to news, particularly for whatever asset you're looking at. Now you can access or hide this menu by simply clicking this little button here. For the most part, when I'm conducting my analysis or using TradingView. In general, I like to keep this window close because it gives you a little bit more view and real estate of your chart. But again, this can easily be accessible by clicking this button on or off, we have the Settings tab here, which again, we've already covered earlier in this video. And then we also have full screen mode, which allows you to expand the entire chart for whatever screen size you are looking at. Now, coming back here to the left-hand side of this vertical menu you see here is going to allow you to access various features for adding lines and drawings to your chart when it comes to your analysis. So the first thing we have here is the cross. So whenever you're hovering over the chart, by default, it is set to a cross, but you can change it to a dot. You could change it to an arrow, and again, you have the option of favoriting any of these functions. Next, we have lines. So we have our trend line, we have info line, we have the raise. There are so many features here provided by TradingView, which is why it's a very intuitive platform. So you can spend a lot of time just exploring these various functions. But if you want to use a trend line to mark up any trends, and when you click on it, once it's going to allow you to place the other end of this line wherever you want. So if we wanted to place it, let's say right here, we're going to click it once more. And now it's fixed onto the chart. If you want to make any adjustments, you can grab and hold it and move it wherever you want. Or if you like to, where the area of your line is over here, but want to adjust it over here, you simply click on the little circle, click and hold it, and you can make any adjustments as so. Coming back to the menu, if you wanted to use a line for levels of support and resistance, you could actually do one of these two things. The horizontal line here is going to place a horizontal line that will stretch out across your entire chart from whatever level you select. So this is a point of interest for resistance. You place it right here. Note, it's just going to stretch out across the entire chart as far as you can go back. However, if you don't like the fact that it just crosses over the entire chart, you want something a little bit more minimalistic, we can remove this. Come back to the menu and click on a horizontal array. And what this will do is, this is the level that we want for our resistance or our support. I'm going to click it here. And from whatever point that I placed, this line is going to provide an infinite line from here to the right. Now again, with any lines or drawings that you put onto your chart, you can adjust the settings by right-clicking them, and you can change the color. You can change the thickness. You can change the style of the line. Whether you want a solid line, dashed line, or a dotted line, you can add text to that line. So let's say if this is a significant level of resistance, we'll select a text. Let's say we want to call this a 1-minute resistance zone. It can be whatever you want. You could change the font size and the color of the text, or you can click OK. And that description will be applied to the chart, and it will remain with that chart. Even if we decided to move that line, if we wanted to adjust it, whatever description we added to that line is going to remain with that line as well. Okay, and to remove any drawings, click on the little trash can. It will ask you if you want to remove the 2 drawings or any indicators on your chart, and you can select which ones you want. We're just going to click on Remove 2 Drawings. The next item below is where you're going to access other features for your Fibonacci. So this is a very common tool that many traders use. So if you want to use the Fibonacci, select it. Select a point that you want on your chart and edit accordingly. This is where you can also access different channels, fib squares, pitchforks, and other extensions. Again, this is stuff that you can go through at your leisure. We have the brush here so that we can choose whether you want to brush, a highlight, or rectangle. Rectangle is actually something that I use a lot, so we select the rectangle. Instead of using a line for a level of support and resistance, you can actually use a rectangle. So if you click it once without holding it, you can adjust the square wherever you want on your chart. So if you wanted to do this for highlighting a certain level in the market, you could do that. Or if you wanted to do this and highlight a level of support resistance, as you could see here, you can do that as well. If you wanted to add a new text, you can do that here. You can add comments, you can add bubbles, squares, arrows. Again, the amount of features that you can use to customize and add various points onto your chart are virtually infinite when it comes to using TradingView. Other patterns in terms of cyber patterns, ABC patterns, triangle patterns, Elliott, correction waves, and so forth can be accessed here. One of the most common tools that I like to use is the long and short positions. So let's say that we were looking for a buy position for whatever asset we have here on our chart. We're going to select on the long position. Long positions are also referred to as buy positions. So let's say we were calculating that we wanted to enter for a buy trade here. At this level, the green area is for our take profit levels, the red areas for our stop loss, and we can use this tool to calculate the pip range for our stop loss and our take profit levels. So this is also a great way to kind of calculate what type of risk-reward ratio you're targeting, whether you're using a 1-to-1, 1-to-2. So let's say if this was our trade entry level and our target, a perfect level was at this point, our stop loss is over here. This number here, we're at 18.1. This means that we have 18.1 pips stop loss, but our take profit is 83 pips. So whichever way you adjust, it is going to automatically calculate the pips for your stop loss and your take profit levels. But if you're looking for a sell trade and you wanted to use the short tool, again, come back to the same menu, we're going to select the short position. So wherever you place this onto your chart, it's now in reverse, but it's the same concept. This is your stop loss. This is your take profit. So in this case, we're only using this tool if we're looking to enter for a sell trade. And again, but like most things within TradingView, you are provided with a menu and a series of settings which you can adjust it. You can actually change the visibility, the lot sizes, the color as well. So again, guys, this is all stuff that you can explore at your leisure. Now, another favorite tool that I like to use is the measuring tool, which can be accessed by clicking on this button here, which looks like a ruler. In this example, and how this tool is used, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin from a daily time frame. So if you wanted to measure the height of the Bitcoin crypto market, which was September about a month ago, up to our current prices, we want to get some data as to the increase or decrease in price. We can do that by using this tool. So what I'm going to do is start from the bottom here, click it once, and I'm going to drag it up to the very top of what current price is right now. Now, what this tool has given us is information such as the percentage, the amount of pips or points, how many bars are involved in this time frame, how many days, and the volume. This information is provided based on whatever time frame that you're in. So in this case, because we are on the daily time frame, this is a total of around 65 bars, or in this case, 65 days. Here we have our points, but if we are looking at a regular currency pair, this would be referred to as pips. And then we have the percentage increase from this low to this current point, which is around 38%. But let's say we want to look at this at an hourly time frame, and we wanted to measure from this low point to this recent high point of Bitcoin. We could take the measurement tool, start from the slope point here, and we'll bring it to this high point here. This shows from this point to this height, we have an increase of around a 0.816%. The number of points, how many bars are involved. Again, this is a 1 hour time frame, and how many days it took to reach from this level to this level, which in this case was 3 days and 7 hours. With this tool, if you're measuring a price increase, is going to be shaded blue, but if you go down trying to analyze the price decrease, it is going to show a red. And this is just a great tool that provides you with a lot of useful data in accordance to whatever time frame that you are in. Now, because there are a lot of features and functions and drawings that you can access within this one panel, to make things a little bit simple for you, you can add this to a favorite. So for me, I like to use the trend line. So I'm going to add that to my favorites by clicking on the star. I like to use the horizontal ray vertical lines. I also like to use Fibonacci, so I'm going to add the Fibonacci to my favorites. I also like to use the rectangles for identifying levels of support. And I also use very frequently the long and short position tools. Alright, so whatever you add to your favorites is going to be provided here in this menu, which you can move anywhere you want in any area of your TradingView chart screen. So if we needed to use the square or rectangle tool, instead of having to go through this menu and try to search for each individual tool that we want to use, you have quick access to these features with this little menu that you created by adding them to your favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's session, we've delved into some of the essential tools that traders and TradingView enthusiasts will frequently rely on. Now let's explore the distinctions between users of the free and paid versions of TradingView. Keep in mind that with the free version, some features like the replay function are unavailable, as we've discussed earlier. However, one crucial thing to note is that whether you're using the free or paid version, you have access to the complete range of TradingView indicators. The catch with the free version is that you can only employ up to 3 indicators simultaneously. On the other hand, opting for the paid version allows you to use somewhere between 10 to 20 indicators at once, which is more than most traders would ever need. Furthermore, if you're using the free version, you're restricted to a single screen chart. If you wish to split your screen into multiple charts for a more comprehensive analysis, you'll need to upgrade to the paid version. Another key difference between the free and paid versions lies in the watchlist feature. When you want to change the assets displayed on your chart in the free version, you have to manually input each asset. This can become cumbersome and time-consuming, especially when dealing with multiple assets. However, the paid version offers a valuable solution, the ability to create a watchlist. With a watchlist, you can not only remove unwanted assets, but also add those you want to monitor closely. This makes it a breeze to switch between your favorite assets on the chart. No more tedious manual input. So, in summary, creating a watchlist is a feature exclusive to the paid version. It streamlines your chart adjustments and enhances your trading experience. That's a wrap for today, traders. We hope you found this video insightful and valuable. If you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We trust that this updated 2023 tutorial on navigating TradingView has been of benefit to you. Wishing you profitable trading ahead. See you in the next session.